Hello people of YouTube, my name is Brad, this is my channel Animate Orange, and welcome to another Metal Earth review. That's too high. Bring it down. About that. Okay, in all serious, my name is Brad, this is my channel Animate Orange, and this is kind of a deleted clips, deleted scenes video from the Y-Wing review video that I put out last week. I've already put out yesterday, I put out a correction video from the Y-Wing where I had realized I'd made a mistake in the assembly of the back part. In this video, there were a couple of things in the Y-Wing video that I trimmed out to try and shorten that review because it was a long review, and I actually got a comment saying it was a long review, possibly unnecessarily long. And I realized it was getting long. I had a lot to say, and I was very excited about the Y-Wing build. There was a lot of detail in it. I was just really blown away by it, and there's just so much I wanted to say that I recognized some of the stuff was getting a bit repetitive and the video was long, so there was a few things I trimmed out. But those things that I do still kind of want to share. So what I've decided to do is throw them in a separate video, some more things that I just kind of wanted to talk about and expand it on. There was an incident that happened during the build. There was just some thoughts of my own that I want to share, and just to make it a little more interesting, I've decided to mix in a couple of bloopers from that build, one of which you've already seen. When it comes to recording these videos, especially sitting in front of the camera like I am now, things don't always go to plan, and finding quiet time can be a challenge. So I'm just going to roll the video. So I had a number of interesting experiences when I was building this model, one of which was that little tiny part I mentioned earlier that flicked off and disappeared, and that set me back a little bit. I put the model to the side, I worked on something else, I got spare parts, I picked it back up. Another thing that happened during this build, I've had some car repair going on, that's kind of slowed me down. Some winterizing to be done because winter is coming, and I live in the north, so there's things that you should do to the underside of your car so it won't rust away quickly. But another thing that happened is I have a magnifying glass that I use to build these models, and it's lit up. And I've had it for a while. It's a Harbor Freight one. It's worked well. It's actually been dropped numerous times off the table, and one of the bulbs busted and I replaced it. Some of the plastic is cracked, but it's still very functional. However, while I was building this model, at one point it started to flicker a little bit, and I started to smell kind of a burning plastic smell. Got to the end of what I was building and turned the light off and took a moment to examine it, and the bulb was actually, there was a black spot in it. Apparently it was shorting out, overheating, I'm not sure. Plastic in the area where the black spot was on the bulb appeared to be melting, and that's what I was smelling. So I had to take a break to get another bulb. No one around here has it. I would have had to order it online, and I don't think it was a problem with the light itself. I think it was a problem with the bulb, and it didn't melt enough to do any serious damage. The thing is still functional. It was just a little bit of glazing on the inside. But I ended up going out and buying another Harbor Freight lamp, and that put me back another day, because that's the time I could have been building this that I had to go shopping, trying to hunt down a bulb and then hunt down the actual light. So there's been a number of things that have put off this. Apologize for that. Life is life. Hello people of YouTube, my name is Brad. This is my channel Animate Orange, and welcome to another Metal Earth review. Today I'm rather excited to bring you the review. Really? When did I do that? I feel like I could keep going on and on and on about the detail in this model and how much I love this model and how amazing it is. But I also think that I'm probably running that into the ground a little bit and don't want to just keep adding details that don't need to be added. I do think I need to sit down and maybe straighten up a few pieces. There's a piece here that's a little bit crooked, and some of these sections got crushed in a little bit holding it, trying to put stuff together. So there's some things I could do to improve my model, and I may sit down and do that. And I've commented about this before. I feel like commenting again. The Metal Earth models, a lot of them are getting more detailed and more complex. The kind of stuff that went into this model is even more than the kind of stuff that I would have expected from my Iconics model of 2 or 3 years ago. The Millennium Falcon has extra detail added into it. The original Iconics Millennium Falcon, not the solo one. It has more detail in it, and it is a nicer build, but it's not even to the level of detail that this is. And maybe part of that's because of the way this ship is, because of the way a lot of the Star Wars stuff is. There's a lot of greeblies and wires and cables, and that's just how they made them. And maybe this was a great example for them to flex their muscle or flex their skills and really put us to the challenge. But overall I'm liking how they've kind of ramped up the difficulty into the detail of it, as long as that difficulty doesn't get to the point of discouraging. That worries me a little bit. That's my own little worry. This was not a situation like that. The detail did not get to the point of discouraging me from wanting to make build the model. It challenged me to want to finish the model. And as long as we stay in that line, I'm thrilled and very satisfied. If we get to a point where it's challenging to the point of discouragement, that might become a problem. That's not where we're at. Really loving this model. I'm looking forward to building the A-Wing sometime in the future. I don't currently have that, so I don't know when. Got some other models in queue to be built, but there's a little bit of worry about things getting discouragingly difficult. But right now, I'm thrilled and excited at the direction that the detail of these models are going. There's a little bit of me that's like, what in the world were you doing? Hello people of YouTube, my name is Brad, this is my channel Animate Orange, and welcome to another Metal Earth review. Today I'm rather excited to bring you the review of Metal Earth Y-Wing. This is not gonna work. And that's it, just a couple of things I wanted to elaborate on and share, and a few funny incidents that happened during recording. I'll leave it at that. As always, thank you for watching. Thank you to my Patreon supporters, and as always, keep on keeping on.